Did you know the average luxury sedan loses 60% of its value in just 5 years? Here's the brutal truth. Today's $90,000 technological marvels become expensive paperweights the moment warranties expire. But there's a secret club of luxury sedans that laugh at depreciation. Cars so bulletproof, they'll outlive your mortgage. These aren't just transportation. They're proof that luxury doesn't mean disposable. Let's count down 12 legendary sedans built when lifetime ownership wasn't just marketing. Number 12. Acura RL 2005 to 2012. While BMW 5 Series owners watched their cars disintegrate after 100,000 miles, smart buyers quietly drove Acura RLs past 300,000 miles with nothing but oil changes. Honda's luxury secret combined super handling all-wheel drive (SHAWD) with bulletproof reliability that German brands couldn't match. Under the hood sits a naturally aspirated 3.7-liter V6, producing 300 horsepower, plenty for confident merging without turbocharger headaches. Owners routinely report 200,000 plus miles on original transmissions, with many crossing 300,000 miles with only scheduled maintenance. Original MSRP ranged from $48,000 to $54,000, but today, pristine examples sell for $8,000 to $15,000. Absolute theft for this reliability level. The RL's lack of European prestige works in your favor. Lower demand means incredible value for buyers prioritizing substance over badges. The interior features genuine wood trim, leather seating, and advanced technology for its era. Best part? You're dealing with Honda parts pricing, not German exotic markup. The sophisticated SHAWD system uses proven Honda engineering any competent mechanic can service without specialized tools. Consumer Reports data shows the RL achieving above-average reliability scores across all years, with transmission failure rates under 2%, compared to 15 to 20% for comparable German sedans. While your neighbor's 2012 BMW is on its third turbocharger, the RL just keeps going. And surprisingly, this isn't even the most bulletproof sedan here. Number 11. Infiniti Q45, 2002 to 2006. Remember when Infiniti challenged Lexus with pure performance luxury? The third-generation Q45 was their masterpiece. This rear-wheel drive sedan packed a glorious 4.5-liter V8, producing 340 horsepower and 333 pound-feet of torque, delivering 0 to 60 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, while coddling passengers in serene Japanese refinement. The Q45 combined German handling dynamics with Japanese reliability. Nissan's VK45DE engine is nearly indestructible, with owners regularly reporting 250,000 plus miles without major issues. The 5-speed automatic transmission proves similarly robust, with failure rates under 3%, according to NHTSA data. Original buyers paid $52,000 to $57,000, but today's market offers them for $5,000 to $12,000. Laughable pricing for this engineering. Inside, you'll find heated, cooled seats, Bose audio, adaptive cruise control, and real aluminum trim, not fake plastic modern luxury brands use. The Q45 even offered laser-guided cruise control in 2002, genuinely futuristic technology. The rear-wheel drive layout means actual driving engagement, with balanced handling rewarding spirited driving while remaining planted and confident on highways. The catch? Almost nobody bought them new, making well-maintained examples rare. But when you find one, you're getting V8 luxury that'll run forever for used Camry money. Independent mechanics report maintenance costs 40% lower than comparable BMW or Mercedes models. And trust me, number 9 makes even this seem mainstream. Number 10. Toyota Avalon, 2005 to 2012. Yes, it says Avalon, not Lexus. That's exactly why it belongs here. The third-generation Avalon is what happens when Toyota builds a Lexus ES without the premium badge tax. Under the sheet metal lives the same 3.5-liter V6, producing 268 to 280 horsepower, paired with the silky smooth 5-speed automatic that Lexus charges $15,000 more to access. Let's talk real numbers. Avalon owners routinely cruise past 300,000 miles with scheduled maintenance only. We're talking original engine, original transmission, original enthusiasm. Consumer Reports rates the Avalon Avalon with 5 out of 5 predicted reliability scores, making German engineering look like a joke. New pricing was $27,000 to $34,000, bargain territory even then. Today, clean examples sell for $6,000 to $13,000, possibly the best luxury per dollar value in automotive history. The interior rivals Lexus showrooms: soft leather, real wood accents, spacious cabin seating 5 adults comfortably, and a trunk swallowing golf bags effortlessly. Ride quality is cloud-like, with suspension tuning prioritizing comfort without wallowing. Unlike modern Toyotas chasing fake sportiness, the Avalon knows its mission: comfortable refinement for grown-ups who've outgrown proving anything to anyone. JD Power data shows Avalon owners reporting only 78 problems per 100 vehicles, compared to 145 problems per 100 vehicles for luxury segment averages. Every mechanic in America knows how to work on it, parts are everywhere and affordable, and you'll never experience European luxury ownership anxiety. But wait until number 7, that's where things get legendary. Number 9. Mercedes-Benz E-Class W211 2007 to 2009. Controversial territory begins here. Modern Mercedes reliability is questionable, but the W211 E-Class represents the last generation before electronics dominated, and it's surprisingly robust if you buy smart. Specifically, target 2007 to 2009 examples with the naturally aspirated 3.5-liter V6, producing 268 horsepower, which solved early model gremlins plaguing 2003 to 2006 versions. This generation captured peak Mercedes engineering, substantial build quality, timeless design, and advanced technology without overcomplication. The interior features hand-fitted wood trim, plush leather, and mechanical precision modern touchscreens can't replicate. Properly maintained examples regularly exceed 200,000 miles, with many owners reporting 250,000 plus miles on original drivetrains. Original pricing ranged $48,000 to $56,000, while today, clean 2007 to 2009 examples sell for $8,000 to $16,000. The key is maintenance history. This isn't a Toyota tolerating neglect. The W211 demands regular service, particularly transmission fluid changes Mercedes claims are lifetime, but absolutely aren't. Follow maintenance religiously, and you'll understand why German taxi drivers rack up 500,000 miles on these cars. Independent data shows 2007 plus models have 35% fewer electrical issues than earlier years. The W211's biggest asset is simplicity relative to modern Mercedes. No overcomplicated air suspension, unless optioned. No fragile twin-turbo engines, and mechanical systems actual mechanics can diagnose. Parts get cheaper as these age, and aftermarket support is extensive. When your neighbor's 2020 E-Class is bricked by software updates, you'll still cruise in analog luxury. Number 8. Lexus GS 300 430, 1998 to 2005. The second-generation Lexus GS is automotive proof that driving enthusiasm and reliability aren't mutually exclusive. Toyota took the JZS 160 platform, injected rear-wheel drive dynamics, and offered 2 bulletproof engines, the 3.0-liter 2JZ inline-6 producing 220 horsepower in the GS 300, or the glorious 4.3-liter V8 pumping 300 horsepower in the GS 430. Both engines are legendary in tuner circles for handling massive power increases, but stock they'll simply run forever. We're talking 300,000 plus miles as realistic expectation, not exception. The inline-6 shares DNA with the Supra's 2JZ GTE, while the V8 comes from the LS 400's proven lineage. Original prices ranged $38,000 for GS 300 to $48,000 for GS 430, but today's market is remarkably affordable, $4,000 to $12,000 depending on condition and engine choice. That's used Honda Accord money for a genuine driver's luxury sedan with actual pedigree. The GS combined Lexus refinement with surprising handling dynamics. Unlike the LS 400's float-on-air isolation, the GS featured sport-tuned suspension rewarding spirited driving. The interior offered typical Lexus quality: leather that doesn't crack, controls that don't break, attention to detail German brands abandoned. The Mark Levinson audio system still sounds better than most modern factory systems. NHTSA data shows GS transmission failure rates under 1% compared to 12 to 15% for BMW 5 Series from the same era. The GS lived in shadows of the prestigious LS and sportier BMW, meaning depreciation hit hard and values stayed low. But for enthusiasts prioritizing driving enjoyment alongside reliability, this is the sweet spot. Number 7. Cadillac DTS, 2006 to 2011. American luxury gets no respect, but the Cadillac DTS represents old-school Detroit brilliance, effortless V8 power in a spacious luxury package. While Germans engineered fragile complexity and Japanese prioritized efficiency, Cadillac built the DTS with the 4.6-liter Northstar V8, producing 291 to 292 horsepower. Yes, early Northstar engines had issues, but by 2006, GM sorted most problems, creating surprisingly dependable power plants. The DTS regularly achieves 200,000 miles with proper maintenance, with many examples crossing 250,000 miles without catastrophic failures. Original buyers paid $43,000 to $51,000 for this full-size flagship, but today's market practically gives them away. $5,000 to $13,000 for clean examples. That's town car money for significantly more power and refinement than competitors offered. Inside, the DTS offers acres of leather, actual buttons and knobs for climate control, and rear seat space making German luxury sedans look cramped. The suspension is tuned for American highways, soft, compliant, utterly relaxed at cruising speed. This isn't for canyon carving, it's for covering 500 highway miles without fatigue. Fuel economy? Forget it. You're getting 17 to 18 miles per gallon combined, but if you wanted efficiency, you wouldn't shop V8 luxury sedans. The DTS particularly shines as a highway cruiser or reliable livery transportation, explaining why funeral homes and town car services still run them. GM parts are cheap and widely available, and any American mechanic can service them. Reliability statistics show major component failure rates 30% lower than comparable Lincolns. You'll never see another at the country club, which is either feature or bug depending on personality. Number 6. Honda Accord V6, 2003 to 2012. The Accord isn't luxury, I hear you typing. But listen, the V6 Accord in EXL or Touring trim delivers 90% of what luxury brands provide, with 10% of the ownership anxiety and repair costs. The 3.0-liter or 3.5-liter V6 engines produce 240 to 271 horsepower, depending on generation, delivering genuinely quick acceleration wrapped in Honda's legendary reliability, proven across millions of vehicles globally. These Accords routinely exceed 300,000 miles, with many examples approaching 400,000 miles on original drivetrains. We're not discussing stripped base models. The EXL trim includes leather seats, heated front seats, power everything, and premium audio. Original pricing ranged $26,000 to $31,000, while today's market offers them for $5,000 to $12,000. Show me a German luxury sedan from this era matching that value proposition with comparable reliability data. The Accord's brilliance lies in its lack of pretension. It doesn't try impressing neighbors with prestigious badges, and that freedom from status seeking allows pure focus on being an excellent car. The V6 provides effortless power for highway passing, suspension balances comfort and control beautifully, and interior quality rivals anything from Acura's showroom. The manual transmission option on earlier models even satisfies enthusiast cravings, though finding one requires patience. Consumer Reports data shows Accord V6 models with reliability scores of 4 out of 5 or better across all years, with engine failure rates under 0.5%, essentially bulletproof. What separates the Accord from true luxury sedans? Refinement. The V6 sounds gruff compared to Lexus's smoothness, and road noise intrudes slightly more at highway speeds, but as trade-offs go, these are minor compared to peace of mind. Number 5. BMW 5 Series E39, 1997 to 2003. Before BMW lost its way chasing technology trends, they built the E39 5 Series, arguably the best sports sedan ever created. But we're not discussing troublesome V8 models. The key to E39 immortality is the 3.0-liter inline-six in the 530i, producing 228 horsepower with naturally aspirated simplicity, defining the sweet spot between performance and reliability. This engine, paired with either 5-speed automatic or 6-speed manual transmission, delivers driving dynamics modern BMWs can't replicate despite triple the horsepower. Well-maintained E39s regularly achieve 200,000 to 250,000 miles, with many examples exceeding 300,000 miles when properly cared for. Yes, this is a BMW, meaning maintenance is critical and parts cost more than Japanese alternatives. But the E39 preceded overcomplicated electronics and fragile turbocharged engines. Original pricing ranged $39,000 to $47,000, and today's market offers clean manual examples for $8,000 to $18,000. More expensive than Japanese alternatives, but worth every penny for the driving experience purists crave. The E39's magic is perfect 50-50 weight balance, hydraulic steering with actual feedback, and suspension tuning, making every road feel purpose-built for this car. The interior features hand-fitted wood trim, sport seats actually supporting your body during spirited driving, and ergonomic perfection, modern BMWs abandoned for iDrive and touchscreens. This is a driver's car that happens to be comfortable, the exact opposite of modern luxury sedans prioritizing screens over steering feel. The catch? The E39 demands respect. Skip maintenance and it'll punish you financially. The cooling system needs preventive replacement every 60,000 to 80,000 miles. Rear subframe mounts can crack, and suspension components wear faster than Japanese alternatives. But for enthusiasts viewing maintenance as admission price to driving nirvana, the E39 remains unmatched by anything built since. Number 4. Lexus LS 400, 1990 to 2000. Here it is, the car that terrified Mercedes, humiliated BMW, and proved Japanese engineering could match European prestige while actually working. The first and second generation Lexus LS 400 didn't just compete with German luxury sedans, it embarrassed them. Under the hood sits a 4.0-liter 1UZFE V8, producing 250 to 260 horsepower, an engine so overbuilt that 500,000 plus miles is routinely achieved, not as exception but expectation across the entire model range. Toyota engineered the LS 400 to outlast owners, and statistics prove it. These sedans regularly exceed 300,000 miles without major mechanical failures, with many examples approaching 500,000 miles on original engines and transmissions. Consumer Reports data shows the LS 400 as one of the most reliable vehicles ever tested across all categories. Period. Original pricing ranged $35,000 in 1990 to $54,000 by 1995-2000. But today's market offers exceptional examples for $5,000 to $15,000, possibly the best luxury car value existing anywhere. The LS 400's interior remains impressive by modern standards. Leather that doesn't crack, wood that doesn't peel, controls operating with precision decades later. The ride quality is legendary, isolating passengers from road imperfections while maintaining surprising handling composure. And the quietness? At highway speeds, the LS 400 is quieter than many modern luxury sedans, thanks to obsessive sound deadening and manufacturing tolerances measured in microns. Here's the remarkable part. Ownership costs are absurdly low for a luxury sedan. Parts are reasonably priced, any mechanic can work on them, and reliability means you're doing maintenance, not repairs. Average annual maintenance costs run $400 to $600. Compare that to $1,500 to $2,500 for comparable German luxury sedans. Number 3. Mercedes-Benz W124 E-Class 1986 to 1995. Welcome to peak Mercedes-Benz, the W124 E-Class that taxi drivers worldwide trusted for million-mile service before electronic complexity ruined everything. This generation was over-engineered to absurd standards, with build quality modern Mercedes can't touch, despite costing 3 times as much. For reliability, target 1993 to 1995 models with the 3.2-liter inline-6, producing 217 horsepower, which represents the final evolution of Mercedes' legendary M104 engine that's essentially unkillable. These sedans routinely achieve 300,000 plus miles, with countless examples exceeding 500,000 miles in European taxi service. Documented cases exist of over 1 million miles on original engines. The W124 was built built during Mercedes' over-engineered on purpose era, when components were designed to last decades rather than outlive warranties. Original pricing ranged $38,000 to $53,000, but today's market offers clean examples for $8,000 to $20,000, depending on condition and rarity. The interior quality is simply absurd. Hand-fitted wood, leather aging like fine wine, and switchgear operating with mechanical precision found nowhere in modern cars. These weren't screwed together, they were assembled with German obsession. The W124's legendary durability stems from robust engineering, thicker metal panels than modern cars, rust-proofing that actually works, and mechanical simplicity prioritizing function over features. German taxi fleet data shows W124s averaging 750,000 miles before major engine work. Compare that to modern Mercedes requiring significant repairs around 150,000 miles. Parts availability remains excellent through Mercedes's classic parts program and thriving aftermarket support. The W124 represents Mercedes-Benz's finest hour, proving automotive excellence isn't about technology, it's about engineering integrity, respecting owners. Number 2, Volvo 240. Sedan, 1975 to 1993. The Volvo 240 isn't technically luxury by prestige standards, but longevity, reliability, pure stubbornness, refusing to die, no car in history compares. This Swedish tank was built across 18 years with minimal changes because Volvo engineered it right the first time. The 2.3-liter inline-4 producing 114 to 134 horsepower isn't impressive on paper, but the B230 engine is literally unkillable. We're talking routine 300,000-mile lifespans, with many examples exceeding 500,000 miles, and documented cases approaching 1 million miles on original engines, verified by Volvo's own records. The 240's brilliance lies in its refreshing honesty. It doesn't pretend to be sporty, doesn't chase luxury trends, and doesn't apologize for being exactly what it is. Reliable transportation wrapped in a safe, comfortable package that prioritizes substance over style. Original pricing ranged $13,000 to $22,000, depending on year and trim, while today's market offers running examples for $3,000 to $10,000. Finding pristine examples requires patience, as many served hard lives as family vehicles. The interior is minimalist Scandinavian design. Comfortable cloth seats, simple controls, zero pretension. The ride quality prioritizes comfort over handling, with suspension tuned for Swedish winters and potholed roads that would destroy lesser cars. Safety was Volvo's obsession, and the 240 pioneered features like side impact protection, crumple zones, and 3-point seat belts that became industry standards worldwide. Parts availability remains excellent thanks to Volvo's commitment to classic car support and a thriving enthusiast community that's religious about preservation. Any competent mechanic can service a 240, and the simplicity means DIY maintenance is straightforward. Insurance Institute data shows 240 SL with fatality rates 40% lower than average for their era. Number 1, Toyota Century, 1997 to 2018. The final boss of luxury reliability, and most of you have never heard of it. The Toyota Century is Japan's Rolls-Royce, literally. Built exclusively for Japanese executives, dignitaries, and the imperial family, the Century combines Lexus LS reliability with hand-built luxury that costs $180,000 plus when new. The second and third generation models feature a 5.0-liter V12 producing 276 horsepower, wrapped in a sedan prioritizing rear seat passenger comfort above everything else imaginable. Here's the remarkable part. Despite ultra-luxury positioning, the Century uses Toyota reliability engineering principles. We're talking 200,000 to 300,000 plus mile lifespans as expected, rather than exceptional. Japanese government fleet data confirms this. The V12 engine is essentially two 2.5-liter inline sixes mated together. Proven Toyota architecture doubled. Every component is overbuilt to absurd standards, with paint hand-applied in 18 to 20 coats, wool wool interior materials instead of leather, and attention to detail making Rolls-Royce seem rushed. The Century never sold officially outside Japan, which means US examples are rare imports commanding $50,000 to $100,000 depending on condition and model year. Yes, that's expensive compared to everything else here, but remember, this competed with Rolls-Royce Phantom and Mercedes Maybach when new. The interior features extraordinary rear seat space, designed for being driven rather than driving, with whisper-quiet operation measured at 58 decibels at 60 miles per hour, making the Lexus LS seem loud. Toyota's internal reliability data shows Century models with failure rates under 0.1%, essentially perfect. The Century represents the pinnacle of this entire philosophy, luxury that lasts. While Rolls-Royce owners budget for six-figure maintenance, Century owners change oil and marvel at Toyota's engineering prowess. This is automotive excellence without compromise. These 12 sedans prove luxury and longevity aren't contradictions. From the Acura RL's Honda reliability to the Toyota Century's V12 perfection, they represent engineering integrity over planned obsolescence. The modern luxury market wants you trapped in endless lease cycles, terrified of post-warranty repairs. These 12 legends prove otherwise. If this opened your eyes to real automotive excellence, share this video with someone considering dropping $80,000 on a car that'll be worthless in 5 years. Thanks for watching. Drive something that'll outlast the payments.